Hi friends, today I'm going to have a session with my friend Roktim, who is from mathematics background. As you all have asked me in the comment box that you want one session who is doing PhD in mathematics. So here it is. And so let's know his journey, how he got integrated PhD in TIFR and what books he did he refer. So let's get back to him. Okay. Hey Roktim, how are you?
Hi Jaya, I'm well. How are you?
I'm also good. So you are doing PhD, integrated PhD, right? Integrated PhD in TIFR.
Yes,
Okay. You joined in this
yes,
August session, right? 2020.
yes. I joined it 2020.
Okay, okay. So what exam did you give for getting into this?
So basically, the first exam was TIFR GS1, that is the graduate studies first exam.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, if you get selected in that exam, that is an online exam basically. You will have to go to the center I mean, where your city is located in
Mm-hmm.
that center. And after that, you will be asked to come here in Mumbai and give the second round. In my
Second.
time, it was a written, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
GS2. That is a second round. In my time, it was a written exam for objective questions.
Okay.
And after that, it is the final selection.
So you don't have any interview?
No, I didn't have any interview.
Okay. So you had two written exams, that is GS1 and GS2.
Yes, GS1 is objective. GS1 is objective type. That is, you have to do MCQ and true false. And GS2 is subjective. You have to write it on paper.
Okay. And in which months generally they conduct these exams?
Uh, gener- yeah, generally GS1 is conducted in December,
Mm-hmm.
and after that in March, normally GS2 is conducted. But this year, in because of the pandemic situation, they conducted GS1 in March. So still, it is. I don't know when they will conduct GS2, and I think I still don't know what will be the mode of the GS2 examination this year.
So in your time, it did not happen in March like this. 2019 means you gave GS1 in December 2019, and then
Yes.
then you have to be appear for GS2 that should be happen in March, but it did not happen for you.
No, no, no. It happened in March. I mean, I am talking about this year, 2021.
Okay,
This
okay.
year, GS1 happened in March. So
Oh,
still we don't know when that GS2 will happen.
okay, okay. Yeah, this got delayed due to this corona
Yes,
pandemic.
pandemic.
Okay, okay, okay. Understood. So, can you share your education background? Like, from what subjects did you take in 11th, 12th, BSc?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in 11th and 12th, I take PCMS, that is Physics, Chemistry, Math, and Statistics.
Okay,
And
statistics.
after that, yeah.
Hmm.
So after that, I joined Presidency University, Kolkata to do my BSc in Mathematics.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And after that, I joined TIFR.
Okay. So, means you completed your BSc in 2020 only, and then you joined in
Yes,
that year only. Okay,
yes.
okay. Did you take any coaching, or like in your final year, how did you prepare for the exam? How did you think that you have to do this?
Yeah, so basically, I didn't needed any coaching because they were really good seniors of mine. They guided me very well in college and outside of college also. So basically, as they told, I just did the basic material, the textbooks, whatever the standard textbooks are available in the market. Choose some
Mhm.
good textbook, and I just went through it and done all the exercises along with it,
Okay.
and
Can you
obviously previous year papers.
Yeah, previous year papers, I think that they are very important to judge
They are
ourselves
very important.
where we are doing the mistakes. I also felt
Yes.
in chemistry background. So yeah, you must also have felt the same.
So previous
And
and
huh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, say.
So and previous year papers are important, and also it's like when you are preparing for TIFR, you
Hmm.
have to do it. It's not like you have to like have a proper plan. I mean, you have to like a proper time that I will prepare only in this time. Okay, and it's not like from your first year if you start solving previous year problems.
Hmm.
I don't think that is going to be very helpful because they don't ask questions like say some exams like JAM where more technical questions are asked. In TIFR, they don't ask such questions. They are more conceptual questions. So first, if someone wants to prepare for TIFR,
Hmm.
they should prepare for the concept first. That's more needed than preparing the previous year papers.
Okay, so means we have to focus on first the concepts, not just we do ratta used to do, and this
No,
won't
no, no.
work. Yeah.
This won't
So,
work here.
so we have to be conceptually strong in the subject, and
Yes,
then we have to also solve the previous years along with that.
yes,
Okay, okay.
yes.
And can you refer some books like, and I will also put it in my description box. Can you refer
Yeah,
what books you referred?
yeah. Basically, for algebra, I'm basically interested in algebra. So basically, for algebra, I refer Damit Foot. That is a very good book.
Mm-hmm.
If one can just go through all the whole book, getting all the concepts and solving most of the problem, that is sufficient. That is sufficient to do. There is sufficient algebra one should know in BSc level. Group theory, ring theory, and little amount of field theory. That is sufficient.
So you have to read whole book or just
No, no,
some
no, no, no.
topics from the algebra.
Just some topics. The topics, the book is basically for the book contains many things. But if some can cover the group theory part up to Sylow's theorem, and ring theory part up to UFD, ED, and then field theory, just basic algebraic extension. That is sufficient. I think that is sufficient.
Okay. So means we have to see first the syllabus of TIFR exam, what
Yes,
syllabus they are having, and then
yes,
we have to focus that from the book, which
yes.
part
That is
they have said. Okay, okay. And some other books like for differentiate, I think I know this word differentiation mathematics because I am also from
yeah.
mathematics background a little bit. So any
Okay.
book for differentiation and all, but the different
Yeah, I mean,
topics.
for analysis, I would suggest for the basic text, I like very much a book by Kumaresan. There is a book by Kumaresan, Basic Analysis. I like that book for the first reading. For first reading, I like that book very much because it's grew the concept in. It can grow the concept. So basically, it is a very good book to study for the first reading. And after that, if you want some advanced text, there are two books basically. One is Rudin, that is a must book. At least you should, I mean, you should do some problems from Rudin, even if not all, some problems. Rudin is a must, so you should at least do Rudin once in BSc. And then is another book if you have time. That is not, I mean, that is not very much necessity, but if you like the subject and if you like some amount of topology while doing analysis, there is a very I mean, not mainstream book, but it is also a very good book. The book is Real Analysis by R.L. Carothers.
Okay.
Okay. So this book is kind of a little out of the mainstream book, but it is also a very good. If one has time, one can see this.
Okay. So did you take any coaching notes from some coaching institute, or
No,
just
actually, I didn't.
books, standard books you have studied?
Standard books, and I also studied notes, but they are not from coaching institute. I basically studied notes by S. Kumaresan sir. So basically, that is available in online MTTS. Basically, he runs a, I mean, there is a training camp program, MTTS, Mathematical Training, and I forgot the whole name, but MTTS is the training camp program. So it is basically funded by the NBHM, the National Board of Higher Mathematics, the government program. So in that website, you can find several monographs and notes written by Kumaresan sir. So they are really good notes. So if one wants to understand the subject very well, so one should go for that notes. These are really good.
Okay, means if someone doesn't want to take coaching or doesn't have time or money or whatever issues, so they
Yes.
can prepare by themselves also by
Yes.
like the
I
books
don't
you
think
have
I don't
suggested.
I actually I am kind of against coaching institutes in, at least in BS, because if you are studying mathematics or any subject in pure science, I think you should face it and you should see it by your own eyes. Why should you see by someone else's eyes? So
Yeah,
I think it's better to do it on your own, by your own understanding.
So 1 year is enough. Like if someone wants to do self-study,
Yes.
1 year is enough.
Yes. Because in second year, even not even 1 year, I think 7 months is enough, more than enough. But before those 7 months, you have to, like, you should have acquainted some amount of concepts in your BSc program, then for the preparation period 7 months is sufficient. Because in that period you just to have use those concepts to do problems
Hmm.
and get yourself more acquainted.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, this is first of, I did not congratulate you for getting into this TIFR also. This is a very premier, one of the prestigious institute in our country. Um, and like, can you discuss some admission fees, because you have already like passed 1 year now, I think, almost not
Yes.
properly 1 year, but yeah, say 6 or 7, 8 months like that. Okay. So you must
So
be knowing about admission fees and stipend kind of details.
yeah.
You must
So
be having.
basically in TIFR they don't charge any admission fees.
Wow.
So we don't
This
have
is
any
very
admission.
good. Hmm.
Yeah. So but yeah, we have to deposit some money for the canteen, the housing. But that will also be returned when you leave the campus.
And I
When you
think
like leave TIFR.
in chemistry, I heard from my friends, they charge only like around 5,000 something on that from
Yes.
canteen also,
Yes.
na?
For
It's
canteen
very nice.
5,000.
So it's very affordable, and its research is superb in TIFR
Yes,
and
absolutely.
IISCs. I heard that. Okay, so like stipend, how much you
Yeah,
will be, like, you must be knowing now little bit.
yeah. Stipend is for I'm an integrated PhD student.
Hmm.
I get 21K per month.
Okay, so the first how many years will be like for your MSc? I think 3 years or.
No, basically in mathematics the
Hmm.
point is the student who has got into PhD and integrated PhD,
Hmm.
they have same coursework. Okay,
Hmm.
so the PhD student who got into with us, we are doing same classes. Basically, there is no difference in the coursework. So
Hmm.
for the first year, we
Hmm.
are all are doing same courses, and after that they are going to do their research. But we will have to do a MSc thesis. So that's the end of the MSc when we do MSc thesis.
So
So
after 2 years, yes.
after first year, in the second year, we have to do a MSc thesis, the integrated PhD student.
Okay.
So so
Okay.
that's why the MSc ends, and after that we will like
Means from
continue the
third
journey
year,
with research.
from third year you will be like in full into research, no coursework, nothing, just research,
No coursework.
full
No
lab
coursework.
work.
In second year, I think that there will be only no coursework as of that, not
Hmm.
coursework, but there will be like optional courses. We'll have to
Hmm.
take it and do a MSc thesis.
Okay, okay. So now is this first year, in first year, how many courses you took right now? Like,
In first semester, the three courses we have to take.
mm-hmm.
We have to take three courses: algebra, analysis, and topology.
Hmm.
And also in second semester, those three courses will also continue: algebra 2, analysis 2, and topology.
Okay, so first year, like you will be having 6 courses total. Full year, you
Yes,
will complete 6 courses.
6
Okay, okay.
courses.
And next year also like courses along with, I think, some MSc project, है ना? Right?
Yes,
MSc
the
thesis,
MSc
some
thesis.
project.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yes.
also that year also you will be having some coursework or not? Just a project.
Those will be optional coursework. Those will be like optional coursework.
Optional.
If that will be dependent on the who is teaching us. Because if he wants to give coursework, he can give coursework. If he wants a reading project, then he can give reading project. Like
Mm-hmm. Okay. So apart from this TIFR, in which colleges do you have applied, or what are the options, like if someone does not get TIFR for PhD or integrated PhD, then what are
well,
the other options, good options in our country that other students can apply?
yeah, there are plenty of many options in mathematics, like like the top three IITs, IIT Bombay, Ma- Kanpur, and Madras. They are also pretty good for MSc.
Mm-hmm.
And for then obviously ISI and CMI, they are also really good institutions. So Indian Statistical Institute and Chennai Mathematical Institute. There are several like IISc Bangalore, IMSc Chennai, and TIFR Bangalore is there. But TIFR
TIFR
Bangalore is
Bangalore is also there. I heard that there are
yes,
only
yes.
two TIFR Mumbai, TIFR Hyderabad.
No. For chemistry, actually, in Bangalore, that is Center for Applied Mathematics.
Okay,
So that is only for applied mathematics. Okay, so the whole TIFR is for applied mathematics.
okay.
So that is basically majorly analysis is done there. So if someone is really interested in analysis, I think that is the place. That is one of the place one should go. TIFR Bangalore. That is a really good place to do analysis.
Mm-hmm. And what about ISERS? I heard there was.
Yeah, ISERS. Yeah, ISER Pune, Mohali. Mohali is a very good place to do algebra as far as I have heard, because some of my friends are in Mohali, and Mohali is a very good place to do algebra. So ISER Pune is also very good. Kolkata is. I have also heard Kolkata. I actually don't know quite about Kolkata, but I know about Mohali and Pune. Those are really.
Okay, these ISERS also, like, we can apply. So what basis, like how, on what basis we can apply in these institutes? Or
Yeah, so for ISERS and IISc, the JAM rank is important, and obviously for IITs. For IITs, the JAM rank is important. By your JAM rank, you can get directly into IITs, and by JAM rank, you can apply to IISc or ISERS. If you clear the cutoff in the rank, then they will call you for an interview.
means GATE or JRF, right? GATE rank.
For us, it's only JAM. JAM and for ISERS is NBHM.
JAM, in the sense you are saying for integrated PhD. If someone wants to do integrated PhD, then yeah, after BSc, if they want to apply, then they
After
only
BSc,
have
yes.
JAM exam.
JAM.
है ना?
JAM and NBHM, National Board of Higher Mathematics.
National Board of
Higher Mathematics Scholarship, NBHM scholarship exam. From there, also ISERS also call from there.
And IISc also.
IISc, no, IISc for integrated PhD program, IISc only calls from JAM.
JAM. Okay. And if someone wants to do PhD after MSc, like they have completed mathematics, MSc in mathematics from some other college, but they want to pursue PhD in some good higher or institutes. So, like, what exams do you know about that?
Yeah, then NBHM is one of the most important exam, because from that IITs calls for interview, if IISc calls for interview, and also the ISERS calls for interview. Okay, so NBHM is the most important exam for PhD who wants to appear for PhD exam, entrance exam. And then there is obviously NET is there. From NET also IITs and ISERS, ISIs, IISCs they call from NET. And there is obvious.
A NET they have to clear LS or JRF is needed. JRF is needed, right? Not
JRF
only
is
LS.
needed, and no, JRF is needed, and they have certain cutoff. I mean, like they can call like top 30, suppose they can call like that.
From
so
that
it's not
also,
necessary. It depends on them.
Okay. Means it doesn't matter even if you clear JRF. The thing that matters is also the rank, you know.
Yes,
I think
the rank
also
matters.
Okay,
yes,
understood. And GATE also, through GATE also, I think I heard like
I actually don't quite know about GATE totally, but I think by GATE you can apply for IIT. I think, but I am not really sure about it. But there are other exams like ISI and CMI. So those are independent exams, independent PhD entrance exam.
Which exam?
One can apply for.
Say again.
It's the ISI entrance exam and CMI entrance exam.
Acha, IISc also conducts its own exam.
No, IISc, no, Indian Statistical Institute.
Okay, ISI, Indian Statistical Institute. Yeah, I heard that is very good institute.
That is also a very good institute.
Yeah. Okay. How many marks we require for getting into GS second?
Yeah. So for GS1, it's mostly like around 50%. Mostly like around 50%. If you have secured 50% of marks, it is sufficient. I think it's mostly around 50% to 55%, something like that. And GS2, there is for GS2 there is no like certain cutoff system. Like it depends on how everyone else is doing, how everyone else is giving the exam, and from that they will decide the cutoff. It's no fixed thing.
Okay, so and for GS second, like how many marks you got so that you got selected into TIFR for integrated PhD?
So basically for GS Second, they don't show us paper or they don't give any marks.
Mhm.
Okay, so and the system is basically they will take the gross mark of GS1, how much you have got in GS1 and GS2. They will get the total marks from there. It's not like you have only marks good in GS2. If you have done good in both, it's very good.
Okay.
So yeah,
So,
they'll see the whole performance.
okay, so they don't mention the marks even for GS1
No.
also, for GS second also. They will just give the names, those who have selected for GS second and those who have finally got selected. So we just have
Yes.
to analyze ourselves by looking into that. And any other way to get, like, you are doing integrated PhD, right? So means you will be getting MSc degree
Yes.
plus PhD degree after completing all the things, and you have got into TIFR
Yes.
by appearing for the this exam GS1 and GS2. And like, if someone wants to apply for MSc, just for MSc, is that possible in TIFR, just for
In
MSc?
TIFR, it is not possible.
Okay.
In TIFR, it is not. In mathematics, it is not possible. It's
So,
only integrated PhD program is offered here.
okay, so if someone wants to
But
do
in TIFR
PhD,
Bangalore, there is a
TIFR
no.
Bangalore,
But in TIFR Bangalore, it is there is an option to leave the program after you got your MS. But in
okay,
TIFR Mumbai, it is not.
means if you are going for integrated PhD in TIFR that you are saying in Bangalore, that TIFR,
Yes.
then there you can leave after completing your MSc only. Means you can take your
Yes.
MSc degree with you and you can leave. You don't have
Yes.
to do complete your PhD there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so in TIFR in general, TIFR Hyderabad and Mumbai, you have to like do this exam, what it is, GS1 and GS2 for getting into integrated PhD. And just for
Yes.
like some people who have completed MSc and they wants to join into
Yes.
just PhD they want to do, then I think
Hmm.
there is another exam, or that same exam is there.
No. No. No.
This
Same exam. The
same
same both
exam,
of same
both
exam, same paper. Same
same
exam, same
exam,
paper.
same paper, same day, same everything same. Means
Yes.
even if
Yes.
someone wants to do integrated PhD or PhD in paper, you won't find any difference.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, people check the basic concepts that you have studied in BSc time. So that we have to
Yes.
grasp
Yes.
properly, right?
That is a grab to grasp properly and really good. Make it really concrete.
Okay. And so if someone wants to apply for this MSc in other institutes also, then they have to give JAM exam, right? For if
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
IISc
From
Bangalore.
JAM they can. Yeah. From JAM they can apply in IISc Bangalore and ISERS and also in IITs.
Okay. And if they want to do PhD, then they either should have in IITs, I'm talking about IITs and
Yes.
IISc, they should have GATE or NET GRF,
I
GRF,
actually don't quite don't know about GATE, but I know about NET and NBHM,
NBH.
NBHM scholarship and NET chair.
Okay, yeah, NBHM scholarship is only for mathematics, not for chemistry and
Yes,
all,
yes.
right?
It
Yeah.
is only for mathematics.
Okay. So these are the like common question, and what advice you can give to like the people who are watching my channel and following it. What advice do you have for the people, students who are trying to get these exams clear and get into some good institutes for their PhD or MScs? So what,
Yeah, so
how did you prepare? Like, what problem you faced during your preparation, so that other people can learn like how we have to prepare.
yeah, so basically the point is do not only focus on exam. I mean, those students who are appearing for exam, primarily why do you want to join the institute? To do mathematics, right? So first focus for that, doing mathematics first. So first do mathematics first, clear your concept first. Just know one thing: if you know what you have to don't know everything. If you know whatever it is concrete, then I think you can have good. You can get into any good institution with that, and focus on those things. So basically, and yeah, sometimes you will feel like you can't do problem. You will be stuck on a problem for a very while. I know it's frustrating, but it's okay. I mean, it's not, it happens to everybody. It is not, I mean, it will not happen like every time you will face a problem and you will solve it. It will not happen like that. Even in and even in when I came to give the second round exam, it was a very tough paper, so I couldn't do all the problems. I barely did 50%, something like that, but I still got selected. So it doesn't matter the quantity you are doing. Sometimes it matters the quantity, but if you have done whatever you have done is concretely, then I think you can get away with this. And so focus mainly on the subject that you want to study. So the focus mainly on the things that you want. Just ask yourself if you have understood the thing properly or not. Do not go for solving problems from the day one. First grasp the concept. That is I want to tell to everyone.
This is a very nice advice. Hope students will follow that, those people who are preparing for exams. Thank you, Roktim, for sharing this your experience and sharing your ideas and your time. So,
You're welcome.
okay, guys, see you in my next video. Bye bye.